The topic of autonomous cars has posed an unanswered question for years now. Are they helpful or harmful?
Which is why we are going to be questioning some of our peers and administrators for their opinion on the subject.
Researchers have studied the overall topic of self-driving cars for the past 30 years. They have developed an amount of problems and benefits within this field of study.
An advantage of owning electric-powered vehicles such as a Tesla is the cost efficiency in fuel. Due to the fact these cars operate on electric charge, there is no need for the driver to consider the price of gas.
Self-driving cars are environmentally friendly compared to the standard fuel-powered vehicles. There is a decrease in the amount of carbon emissions that allows for a more healthy lifestyle.
Along with that, these types of cars serve as a great alternative to manual vehicles because it gives those who are physically disabled the opportunity to have their own car to transport them to places, instead of relying on public transportation.
31% of car accidents are caused by people driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Autonomous cars are able to significantly reduce this percentage because people will no longer be able to manage the wheel when driving. It will be up to the car itself.
6,400 people die annually from driver fatigue. With the use of autonomous vehicles, this number will decline because owners can use the car but do not have to physically drive it.
The initial cost of self-driving cars is extremely out of most people's price range. With the average cost being $250,000, there is hardly a market where these types of cars are in the price range of a regular car.
Self-driving cars cause unemployment rates on a global scale to skyrocket. Taxi services such as Uber or Lyft and truck drivers have lost their jobs due to the fact that there is not a need for manual drivers.
Autonomous cars are all electric, which is an inconvenience for owners that need to charge their car when in public. There are little public charging stations available, all in which cost money.
To gather more opinions and information on this topic, our goal is to interview our peers to see what they think.
Have you ever been in a self-driving car before?
Yes, I have.
What was your experience like?
I was on the way home from the airport and I was in a Tesla and it was very cool because you could see like the cars and like the cones around it.
Pros and cons of having a self-driving car.
A pro is that it alerts you when a car is around you, and a con is that the technology is unreliable.
54% of all car accidents are caused due to human error. Does this make you want to own a self-driving car?
Yes.
Have you ever ridden in a self-driving car before?
No, I haven't.
Would you ever like to ride in one?
Yes, I think it'd be pretty cool.
Self-driving cars are harmful or beneficial?
I think they're a little bit of both, but probably mostly beneficial because they can help people drive longer distances without getting tired.
Have you ever considered it may be more inconvenient due to a lack of charging stations?
I actually never thought about that.
Does this change your opinion on if they're beneficial or harmful?
Yeah, I think it definitely makes it less convenient because then you have less spaces you can fill up your car.
Have you ever ridden in a self-driving car?
No, I have not.
No.
Would you ever purchase a self-driving car?
No, they're too expensive.
No, because then if something happens, then it's technically your fault, even though it's not your fault. So, yeah.
Have you ever ridden in a self-driving car?
I have, but someone was driving it. It wasn't self-driving.
Do you think self-driving cars are beneficial or harmful?
I don't think they have much of an impact. I think it's just if you want to drive your car or not.
Self-driving cars aren't able to navigate through highly congested areas, which could be really bad in emergencies. Does this impact how you feel?
It makes me not want one.
So, have you ever been in a self-driving car before?
No, I have not.
Would you ever consider riding in one?
Sure.
My next question is, do you think self-driving cars are harmful or beneficial?
Depends on the circumstances.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
I think they can be beneficial in high traffic areas and in cities, getting from point A to point B. Less risk of wrecks and other things.
And why would they be harmful?
Harmful? I guess it depends on how well perfected the technology is.
Okay, so my first question is, have you ever ridden in a self-driving car before?
I have not.
Would you consider riding in a self-driving car? Do you think you'd feel safe in it?
I would definitely try it. I'm curious and I love advancement in technology, so I would definitely do it.
And what do you think are some pros and cons of self-driving cars?
Pros, I would say, I would hope they're programmed to follow the rules of the road, so I think that would be a positive. I think it would help people with maybe directions and easier ways of getting places, and maybe more organized on the road. So maybe help maintain traffic patterns and not have congested areas. So that would be good. Some cons, I would probably be a little worried about glitches or technical issues, and how bad could it be? Like, you would hate for an accident to be caused because of a technical glitch. And then if one is caused, you know, what's the procedure? Because you could have somebody who's actually injured and there's nobody there actually to do anything. So that would make me a little nervous. So I don't know how that would be handled. And doing updates and keep them all updated with technology and changes in the road, or maybe changes in like even new lights that are put in, or new stop signs on streets. Like, will they always be updated with all of that information? So I would be a little worried from the safety side on that end of it. But overall, I think it's a cool idea, and I'm interested to see what happens with it.
Have you ever ridden in a self-driving car?
I have not.
Do you plan on riding in a self-driving car?
That all depends. Probably not right away. I need to make sure that it's safe first.
Do you think self-driving cars are harmful or beneficial?
I think they're harmful because we don't have the infrastructure to support self-driving cars right now. But some of the benefits, I think, could be fewer traffic accidents, traffic flow. It would probably decrease the amount of traffic jams we would have in our big cities. But overall, I think they're harmful for right now.
So my first question is, have you ever ridden in a self-driving car before?
Yes, I have.
Did you feel comfortable? Did you feel safe riding in it?
It was very comfortable, and I did feel safe until the person said, let me show you how it goes from 0 to 60 in a short time.
And my second question is, what are some pros and cons of self-driving cars in your opinion?
Well, one of the cons is that at my age, I'm afraid that I might touch the wrong button and then the car takes over and then I don't have control. The pros is, well, you can play on your computer, you can take a nap, you can put on your makeup. It's just limitless what you can do while the car is in the automatic mode.
And my third question is, do you see yourself in the future owning an autonomous car?
I hadn't thought about it, but my son keeps insisting that at my age, I should get one.
And a statistic that we found is that 19,937 car accidents per day are only 400 of those are self-driving. Does that change your opinion on self-driving?
Well, I think that's 350 too many. So if the numbers come down quite a bit, then I would consider it.
Thank you. Have you ever ridden in a self-driving car before?
Yes.
Did you feel safe riding in it?
Yes, I felt safe riding in it, but to be fair, it wasn't completely self-driving at the time.
And my second question is, what are some pros and cons, do you think, of self-driving cars?
I think a pro would be that if we do have self-driving cars, you can do more multitasking and other things while the car is driving for you. So that would be a pro. A con would be that I don't know if we have all the data for the safety issues that keep coming up with it, or the concerns that people have with safety with self-driving cars.
And my third question is, do you see yourself in the future owning an autonomous car?
Yes, I'd love to own one. I really would. Whether it's fully driving itself or just assisting with driving, I would love to own one.
And a statistic that we found is that 19,937 car accidents per day, and only 400 of those are self-driving. Does that change your opinion on self-driving?
Well, maybe. I just don't know if the data is there to prove that it is completely safe. For example, of those 400, maybe the ratio is higher, that there are not as many cars on the road that are self-driving, but they are still having a lot of accidents. So I would want some more information about that. first. Thank you.
After interviewing our peers, it is evident that there is a mixed opinion on whether the use of autonomous cars are beneficial or harmful. Although there are many positive aspects that come with the cars, there are still a handful of concerns that arise. One thing we know for certain is that self-driving cars will continue to advance over the next few years. At some point, autonomous vehicles could be the standard form of transportation. Only then will we realize their true impact on society.